I should have saved before going off to Marienburg. That was a very bad move. Birdstones and totems are left behind by beastmen. That's another game. I don't think I've ever fought a beastman army either. Beastmen and wood elves, I've not seen either of them in the game. Buoyant Failure, E33482216, and Wolfie Wolf, thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, this is when I'm attacking.
Hold true! The lady wills it! The lady calls!
Okay, I was able to run. It's all good. We're fine. We kind of ran up to them and went, boo! And then ran away. I'm not going to do that. I mean, we could try and run all the way around and then cross here and attack Gorsel. That might be a better plan. We'll consider that. In order to do that, we need to worry about money, and also we need to secure some access rights through Artois.
The lady grants you safe passage in these lands.
Yeah, you want a defensive alliance too? Good stuff, good stuff. Oh, there's Bastogne. Hello, Bastogne. There's a couple of people who are not...
Welcome, friends. Let's hope we come to an accommodation.
What about just the trade? And now what about military access, now that we have another treaty in that post relations? Okay, you don't want access. Carcassonne.
You may think your quest a noble one, but I see the truth.
And then, who was it? Bastogne.
Welcome, friends. Let's hope we can come to an...
It's just too bad I can't reach you for other things. Alright, we need to get to know each other a little bit, alright? I understand. And move on to any other option. But hopefully those extra trade agreements have, basically wiped out the need for money. Or you can use a boat like reasonable people. Shut up, you. The only ones that I really, equate to using ships are Norsca. Like everyone else, I kind of forget that that's a thing. Despite having seen, what's his name, Olberic sailing in. Whispers of witchcraft. Panic has gripped the peasantry as rumours of a curse-hurling, child-snatching witch abound in local villages. That's fine, bring in the Witcher. Burn the witch, so we have casualty replenishment reduction, or calm the peasants. For 10 turns, we'll take the campaign movement reduction.
You seek counsel?
So if we were to go to Gorsel, how would we do?
Farewell. I shall prevail.
He shall prevail. Alright. Done. Quicker, more quickly, either would work. Pimples and brown spots plague regularly visits Bretonnia, so we must be ever vigilant. Some nobles and peasants have shown a peculiar discoloration on their skin, a potential sign of the Great Pox. Allay their fears, which will result in smallpox, which is a growth reduction. We can quarantine them, so we have a reduction in income.
Making my way.
Oh, hi, Gorsel.
Smite them!
We kind of realised that we can sail, so we sail. Well, their armies have realised the danger and are peeling away, but it'll be too late. Heraldry of Lyonesse. Lyonesse, the homeland of the most devoted of all the Grail companions. Which are you guys?
Welcome to fair Bretonnia.
Our fields and orchards are short of workers, and with it our income dwindles. See that manpower is improved, to reap the benefits of the land.
Your wars rage long and intensely, and there is much need of soldiery on the front line. Yet your levy upon the peasant population has begun to create problems. The fields, with fewer people to work them, grow barren. Not only that, but many of these men claimed by war will never return to their homes. If you carry on drafting too many peasants, it cannot be guaranteed that the wheels of the economy will continue to run. And that is a problem.
Lord
Adelhard.
and a hero.
Right. You do have a ridiculous number of peasants in your army, buddy. I'm probably going to get rid of most of them. You've got men-at-arms with pole arms already? Well, let's get rid of...
Lord of Bretonnia.
In fact, I'm very tempted to just get rid of your entire army. Well, this would allow me to use 2, so I'm going to keep 2 of the pole arms, because it's not a unit I can usually create.
Valiant Lord.
Only 2 over is expensive. How far are we from
Louen Leoncour.
hitting Gorcel? Because this might raise us some money. Sack value 8,000. 11,000. Marienburger's money, yo. The other question I had actually is, would I be able to raise more peasant armies if we had more farms? Affected by peasant economy, but it doesn't say anything about that. So does anyone know that? Like, how many troops, or rather, if upgrading your farms increases the number of peasants you can have in your army? For each settlement you control, the armies can sustain... No, it's not then. For each settlement you control, your armies can sustain an additional 2 peasant units, with your capital being able to sustain 8. When peasants are recruited, they cannot continue working their farms. As such, farming income will decline should you recruit beyond your capacity. So Bretonnian armies are going to be tiny. So we kind of need to take Gorcel just
The
for
lady
farms.
and my right.
Decisive. Here come the money. Some of it. Right, so we can sack it for money, which will cost us chivalry. Oh wow, raising a human settlement is really unpopular. I think we are going to have to sack it because we need the money, and then we'll occupy next turn. Ocean of Foolhardiness. Charge bonus, immune psychology, and unbreakable. Interesting. And we have a student for additional research. Cool. Meanwhile, Louis leveled up. Peasant's duty, ammunition for missile units, leadership and melee defense, basic training, vigor loss reduction, or charge bonus for cavalry. I mean, honestly, leadership for the melee units could be quite strong. Do catapults count as a peasant unit? Yes. Yes, they do. I can see some very skewed armies with lots and lots and lots and lots of knights and not much else.
Warrior King.
Although, actually, as we get more and more of Bretonnia, I'm not going to be keeping armies for each and every one of them. In fact, I'll probably get rid of Adelhard in exchange for Olberic, for example. Speaking of which. Bastogne. Another 6 turns.
The lady's chosen.
What are these? Virtue of empathy, aura size increase, lionhearted, cooldown for the rally and stand your ground. Interesting. Weapon strength increase for cavalry units, and then missile damage for the artillery. I think I'm going to take the leadership bonus. So it's only +6, and they borrow some of his leadership, so it's kind of less important. And this boosts my cavalry even more. And that increases missile damage, which would be the archers, and we know that archers are quite strong. This is actually a tough choice. I like it. So I'm actually... Oh, that also increases melee defense though, which means that they would be much more likely to hold the line. I mean, ultimately, am I going to be using melee units to hold the line, or am I going to start using cavalry and yeomen? For this army, it probably will be mostly infantry. In fact, what I might do is start moving armies together in support of each other. So we have the King's army, which is the melee units and the siege engines, and the peasants, basically. Then we have the additional lords coming in with knights. And they would be there just to add extra damage. So this is the peasant army. And kind of has to hold the centre. So really I need all of these, except, ironically enough, maybe the chivalric code. So yes, I'm going to take Noble Militia. Done. I don't think I can take Gorsel this time. Oh, and she leveled up. You are definitely a magic user. Although you can get a lot of money from buildings. Income from all enemy buildings minus... Oh, I see, that's right, yeah, you're doing damage to them. And then that's damage. No, I think we're going to go with the harmonic convergence spell cost reduction thingy. So we are over our limit right now, but once we take Gorsel next turn, that will sort itself out. And then we take Marienburg, and hopefully learn us some more. Yeomen and peasants though, yeah, I know. I'm saying basically we'd have an entirely mounted army.
Let the supplicant come forward.
Peasants in support. Defensive alliance. You are at war with the Wood Elves. That's a really weird look. I'm going to have to do that myself. Hi guys. So, talking to you. Do we want a defensive with alliance with Carcassonne? No, I don't think we do. Oh man, actually. No. Go away with your weird bobbing. I know it's because she's floating, but it still looks weird. Empire and Stirland have confederated. Oh, so the Empire is actually growing. Interesting. Lyonesse, negative growth. Portents of doom cloud this settlement, and so many of its inhabitants flee to seek sanctuary, or a change in fortunes elsewhere. This is why people fear her, because of her weird bobbing. Okay. Hey Mordred, is there any way we can get a shirt you're wearing? I still need to set up a store. Oh, that's the shirt. Yes, will be the answer. I just need to sit down and actually do it, because it's a little bit more complicated than I expected. Stay tuned. I will try and do it by the end of September. Hold me to that. Like, yell at me in Discord if I'm not doing it. In fact, yell at me at Discord anyway, and persuade me to get it done, because it's definitely something I need to do. Right. Gorsel.
Ride to glory!
Automate. Decisive victory. Huzzah! Gain a bit of monies. And this time we are going to occupy.
Cleanse our land!
Magic item drop chance plus 4% with a squire. The Holy Wardens of La Maisontal. Former Grave Wardens of the Abbey who fought alongside the Grail Knights, yearning to accrue relics and slivers of their glory. And he leveled up again. I think we'll take another point in Lowborn Militia just to beat them up some more. And you. Right, Rolling Skies. Oh, that's only against flying units. So if they are flying, they get a melee defense and missile parry reduction. Screw that. Wind Blast, that's the damage spell. Curse of the Midnight Wind. Targets enemy units for 25 seconds, reduces their melee attack and armor. Or Uranon's Thunderbolt. Cannot use if climbing ground. Duration 4 seconds as bombardment. That is a breath attack. This is the ranged one. I think I prefer this one. I'm going to take Uranon's Thunderbolt.
Champion of the lady.
And we can't move this turn. Hopefully that Marienburg army keeps on marching around, and then we can go and attack them. Though it kind of looks like they're trying to fall back a bit. We have money to upgrade stuff, although we are actually paying a lot of money out in upkeep.
Blessings of the lady be upon you.
Kind of want to say just stay there.
Taking my lead.
You just stay in garrison Lyonesse. Actually, Lyonesse, do you need to build anything? Do you have anything special? You have cattle pastures. So you're definitely going to be a farming community area thing. But you do have a fishery as well. I kind of dislike the fisheries. They get in the way. They're not valuable enough. Right, you have a rally field, but no smithy. So the thing that you really need is a smithy. Although I could get you to grow very quickly too. You don't have either of the special buildings that Coxon has, or Coron, or whatever the hell it was called. But if we increase your growth, that also increases income, right? No, just growth and replenishment. Ah, it's less valuable then. I think I'll hold off. Right, we got the wasteland. Does Marienburg produce anything? Gorsel does. Marienburg does not. It is only a 2-province state. Is salt worth anything? I really want to know if these count as an industry. What's that single building at tier 3? That one. War horse breeder stables. Recruitment cost reduction for horse units. Alright, that's pretty cool. Is that only here? I would assume so. Probably because they have the cattle area. So Lyonesse is really good for producing knights, because Wasteland don't got it, and Coron don't got it. Well, we are doing a fair amount of trade at the moment, although that's only with other Bretonnian states. That money will dry up as we confederate them. Ah, so it's money. Well, there's an easy way to find out. Oh, Google. Oh Lord Google, will thou tell me whether trade good buildings count as industry? Warhammer. No, Total War Warhammer. No, just say Warhammer. Let me know. This is not saying anything about trade goods. Ah, here we go. What kind of buildings count as industry? Currently the only main building weavers count. Trade goods don't belong to either farming or industry. Ports don't count. But apparently it's something that we're going to fix in a patch. I don't know whether that patch has happened. This is from March, so I would assume so. I have no idea. Chivalry may be changed. Carcassonne as a die maker, Zavorak, seller. Storehouse bonus is now applied to resources. Okay, so yes, they do count as industry. Okay, so the way it works is you still receive the resource, so you can still get money from trade from them, but you'll get none of the additional income. So yes, they do count. That's from their patch notes. So from these, for example, we generate 20%, 200 income from the salt works. We won't get that anymore, but we will still get the salt resource, which we can then sell. These are additionally boosted by the industry building. So the storehouse income from industry plus 50% will improve this by 50%, basically bumping that 200 to a 300. The question there is then whether the amount of income generated by these resource buildings is really worth it, as opposed to farms, which generally have a higher base income. So that would here this would basically be 300 for 500 as a base. This would be 350. So industry in these types of places is actually better. Okay, there we go. So yes, having a salt thing here, plus the industrial buildings, but it needs to have the industrial buildings, is worthwhile. Which also means that Quaron needs them. So Languil needs to be changed from fields to a weaving house. That's 100 in reduction, but then we would also be able to get the... we'd be able to get Quaron's clay pit. Whoa, yeah, that's right. We delete that. Quaron will need to then get the clay pit, and Gwil will need to get the industry and the cellar. Solved. Good.
Noble.
But somewhere like Lyonesse, not worth it, because the industry doesn't provide extra cash. Cool. Bit of a weird mechanic. I would have thought the Bretonnian farms would be a lot more efficient than industry, but apparently not. The amount that they
Workers
get is not
return
enough
to
see.
the fields. Crops now grow with abundance, and our coffers are full with gold once more.
Your warriors range deep into hostile lands, and all is not well. There are dark omens abound, as if the shadow of some horned god was watching from the evil moon above. The army is fettered by Morslieb's glare. So we either risk Morslieb's wrath or we get war fervor, which is additional leadership where we lose some money. I'm going to do that. Although the amount of money that we are still losing is somewhat concerning. So I guess we're going to head south and see if we can
Louen
provoke
Leoncour.
Marienburg into attacking. Because without the Marienburg defences, I think we would stand a much better chance. Because this is actually the close combat unit. Although actually getting you over there could help. Let's set you to move.
For now, yes.
To move a long way. Let's bring you into the fray as well. Smash Games, Thormazino, Lewis, Ayenginguhao. Thank you very much for the follow.
It's late in the day for the Empire to send its ambassadors to my door.
What up, Nordland? Non-aggression pact for money. I'm not paying you for a non-aggression pact.
You ask for a boon. Speak, and I will see if it is within my power to give.
What up? Military alliance with Artois. Yes. Oh, there was some beastmen. Oh, that's fine. Right, so their main army is left. Can I intercept them by sea, I wonder? Not easily.
For the lady!
No, why'd you go that way?
Bretonnians, attack!
Really?
I ride. By the light of the lady.
Why would you do that? That was just stupid.
I take my leave.
Alright, we'll stay here. That clearly was not where the line was pointing, was it? That wasn't just me.
Glory awaits.
Corin. So, Languil, you can build the industry. Coron, you can actually upgrade. Excellent. Income from all buildings. Oh, hello. Hang on. Income from all buildings in adjacent regions plus 20%. Income from all buildings in this region plus 40%. Hello. So that's leaving me short enough to go bankrupt. What if we cancel you? That leaves me one turn. Right, so I need to make money in one turn. May charge without orders, Louen Leoncour. Yeah, well that's definitely what happened there. Blimey. See what they do. Oh, you're marching up. Ooh, uh-oh. Run away! Run away! You've left Marienburg wide open now.
I am the blood of Gilles.
Now we will attack.
The lady and my right. The lady wills it.
Actually,
Cleanse our land.
can't quite afford any of those. We're going to have to attack
All
Marienburg.
true.
We are going to do it now, because we have catapults. Bretonnia theoretically should be quite a good siege nation. We have archers really long range. Oh, except for the knights. Can't use the knights if they're on their walls. But we can use the knights to charge through the gate to take their capture point, forcing them off of the walls. I mean, the main problem is going to be the towers.